Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow, and today you join me inside the all-new Peugeot 208. The Peugeot 208 is a small compact hatchback that rivals cars such as the Ford Fiesta, Toyota Yaris, Volkswagen Polo and Volkswagen Corsa, which this shares underpinnings with. They come in a variety of engines and trims even. So they've got one petrol, which is a 1.2 litre, comes in various states of tune, 75 horsepower, I believe just below 95, 100, 125 brake horsepower, and then there's a 1.5 diesel with 100 horsepower, and then there's a slightly sportier all-electric 208e, which I think has 130 horsepower. And the prices vary from £17,000 all the way up to about £33,000 for an electric one. The car is just over 1,000 kilos, which means it's nice and light. So that means when you're turning a corner, front wheel drive, funky steering wheel, handling's pretty decent. You can probably see the suspension in the road. It's not the smoothest, it's not luxury car levels of refinement in here, but it does the job, especially for a city car, which is going to be ideal for just nipping to the shops and city environment. One thing I've noticed with the petrol model today is when you put the foot down, not got much get up and go. Like 0 to 60 for the fastest variant, just over 9 seconds, and it's about 14 seconds for the slowest variant, so you're not going anywhere in a hurry. But it is good fun to drive. I do like the manual gearbox in the car, light, engaging and easy to use. You can probably hear the terrible torrential rain we're having today here in Scotland, not helping. I did try and film this the other day and it was not doing the best with regards to camera equipment. So I thought I'd try again today, and the weather's worse. So with the wipers on pretty full at the moment, but inside the car we've got a whole host of gadgets. We've got a 3D LCD instrument cluster, that's pretty cool. So you've got your instruments behind you, like the fuel range, engine temperature, tells you when to change gear, how many miles are in the car on the first, and then there's like a second panel there in front that has the information such as your speed and your revs. It's quite interesting to see. It's almost like wearing 3D glasses at the cinema for the first time. It takes a wee second to get used to. But I do like the interior design, very French, very quirky. I like the fact the instrument display's got these handles. I like the fact the toggle switches are almost fighter jet inspired. A wee bit like the Lexus LC500, but that's just probably one of the first ones, from my memory, that looks like this with the toggle switches. It does have a relatively fast touchscreen. Your climate kind of controls are through the toggles, whereas everything else is through the touchscreen, so it's quite good to have both. And the radio, we do have a physical toggle, which is nice, easy to use, and if you're wearing gloves and things, you can just hit that touch of a button without having to go through the touchscreen. We do have 2 size cup holders, which is decent, or 2 cup holders even. Storage for the phone. Down here you've got your electric handbrake, driving modes. So you can see your eco mode on there. There we go, normal and eco mode we've got down there. Decent sized cup holders there. Little tiny armrest, but it does slide forward and back, so you can still get one cup in there, have your armrest like so. That's pretty cool. Have a look in the glove box. French car, fuse box on the left taking up half the glove box, but pretty decent. And overall quality in the car, although it's like kind of cheap feeling, it's well built. It's well built and solid, and I like this carbon fibre look. Peugeot small steering wheel, pretty funky shape, and a little bit of mood lighting. It's quite a neat touch for a Peugeot. And nice paint is actually a £600 odd option called Allure Red, I believe. It's quite hard to pronounce when I seen it on the website. Black gloss plastic everywhere, which is a shame because that just gets ruined, scratched dead easy, and it can grate the car quite quickly. Even if you're a godsend angel looking after your car, trust me, black gloss plastic, I've had cars we've had that in the past, and when it's scuffed and it's ruined, and you feel a bit bad looking at that every day. but we do have two USB ports up the front, USB-C and the standard USB, the square one, so pretty good. Well, we're at a junction. Visibility, A-pillars nice and thin, good size mirrors, and being a small car, greenhouse is pretty decent all around. Boot space, on the other hand, you've got a high lip and you open the tailgate up. Not anything that's bad, because there's quite a lot of cars in this class unfortunately have that, but I'm just used to some cars, maybe like a Volkswagen Polo, that you don't have this big a lip. I think that's a bit easier to load in, you're not lifting up and over, especially when you've got luggage in there, it's not cradling, and then maybe that suitcase might be heavy, hard to lift out, but it's pretty competitive with regard to boot space. Quick look in the back. You do get 4 decent handles, which is more to say than some other car brands have got the fake handle up there like the Swift and the Clio. Quite tight, but you can see you've got some leather vinyl there. Some nice contrast stitching all throughout. Pretty reasonable space for a city car anyway. So it's quite nice premium trim. And as you can see, electric door mirror, electric door window there. One touch, which is nice to see. You don't always get that in a small car. A little bit of padding there. Overall, city car material, but it'll rub down easy. A little bit of storage for your cup holder there. A little bit of storage in there for your maps, iPads, USB charging ports, which is nice. The thought of your passengers there. And overall, pretty nice cabin. And the rear materials are quite nice. I'll jump in quickly. Quite neat, but I am 5'11", and headroom with all the hair shaved off. Enough headroom, about 2 fingers worth above me there. It is cut out, and it is overall pretty decent. So overall, what do I think of the Peugeot 208? Well, it's got quite a lot of room for it, and if you've seen a 2016 Peugeot video, I'll leave that in the cards above, because that's a night and day car in 4 years, how far Peugeot have came from being almost like a cheap economy car to something you're going to be pretty proud to own. I quite like the interior, definitely got all the quirks with the tech, the gadgets, the way it's designed, it's eye-catching even with this full carbon fibre, got a little bit of mood lighting in the doors, something younger buyers are going to be after. We've got this fake leather along with kind of almost like a tweeds effect material in the middle. As on this trim you can get full cloth or full leather as well in different trims, and depending on what you want to pay for. It rides good. This particular engine is a little bit gruff, that's going to be my probably only negative about the car. And of course the price, because it wasn't that long ago you could get a Peugeot 208 for what, 16,000 £, new. That's a little bit of a disappointment, and I know it goes up to about 33,000 if you buy the electric one, which is even more money again, which put your head back, not even that many years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we could get a 3 Series for that kind of cash. So this is the state of the world we're living these days. So I just want to say thanks very much for watching my video on the Peugeot 208. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to Cars of Glasgow below. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Cars of Glasgow. I'll leave all that information below. And yeah, stay safe, and I'll see you again next video. Ciao!